So we're having a chat today, right?
Yeah.
So we've kind of thrown some oddball topics around there, but I want to talk to you today about, you came to Australia in 1960.
1960, age 11.
Okay, 1960. When was the first time you saw a Mercedes-Benz, or you can remember seeing a Mercedes-Benz in your life? You've always liked Mercedes-Benz, but when was the first time you saw one or knew what the fuck it was?
Well, when I was in the orchestra, the secondary school's orchestra,
yeah,
the guy leading that,
John had one.
He had one, and
it was a big one or a small one, or you don't remember?
It was a big. It was a big one.
What colour was it? Yellow.
I think it was a creamy
colour.
Yeah, and it was a. Yeah, he drove me home once or twice.
Sure.
In it. It was a nice car. It was, it wasn't as nice as the modern ones are now.
No, of course. This is 60. What year was that? 66.
66. Yeah.
66.
So that's how many years ago?
And it was fairly new then. It was old then, or what was it? Newish.
Well, I think.
I don't know.
I don't know. I remember that.
I don't know. Okay.
But I remember, that's what he had.
It was 4-door or 2-door?
4-door.
4-door?
Yeah. A big sort of monster car. It's a big, heavy. Yeah, it's a nice car. So that's the first thing I heard about, about Mercedes-Benzes. And then I always knew it was outside my range. I mean, it's just too expensive.
Too expensive.
Some of the people I knew would buy a new Holden every year, so it was in the every year you'd buy a new Holden, trade in the old one, buy a new one.
Who did that? Who's in the new?
Well, this guy, the head of the Ukraine Association in Brisbane, he did that. He was an architect.
He bought a new Holden every year.
Yeah, every year. If not every 2 years. Yeah, he traded the old one in, bought a new one.
I see.
And always had a new Holden, and because we used to, as kids, we used to look at these Holdens and
wow, they're so expensive.
Yeah.
Aspired to these.
Yeah,
that's a General Motors product.
6 cylinder. Yeah, and they got better. As they were nice cars. They were nothing like the car today. Today's car is so luxurious.
So and any other Mercedes? So the band leader John Currow had the Mercedes.
Yeah, John Currow.
And he had the Fiat too, little Fiat.
He had a little Fiat
500,
which you had to double clutch. Which that was, and he did that, but he was Italian background. He wanted an Italian car. That was his so that's my thing.
So when did you see a Benz again then?
Oh, I did. I saw them in the street, and you'd sort of think, well, some rich person must own that. Yeah, and I never aspired to that. And
so when did you see Benzes again?
Oh,
in the 70s, you didn't want a Benz?
I didn't. I want to be Pope too, but I knew I couldn't be Pope, and I knew I couldn't get a Benz. So you don't even think about it. You just head down, arse up.
Not everyone can be the pontiff, can they?
Not everybody can be the pontiff, yeah. So you can't. It's no good thinking about things that are not achievable.
But you saw Benzes so you bought a house. Your Indooroopilly house. You bought that in 1969 or 70?
Probably 70, I suppose.
There were no people who had Benzes in that street?
No, people didn't have Benzes.
But they could have had a second-hand Benz, couldn't they, or not?
I don't know. Yeah.
What do you mean you don't know? They did or they didn't?
Yeah. No, I don't know about Benzes. Yeah.
So when was the next Benz you saw then? So you had that band leader's Benz that was 66.
I don't remember any Benzes then. Yeah.
You said Fraser East had a Benz. You went for a drive with him.
Oh,
it was in the bank.
No, he had
development
one.
Bank.
Yeah, he had one, and then I remember going to Proserpine, and this guy said, "Look here, take the Benz," and I thought, no, I don't want the Benz. If I have an accident.
Did you take it?
No, I didn't.
Fuck you! You're a pussy.
Well, if I have an accident, who's going to pay for it?
So what?
Yeah, well, so what? You didn't have the money.
But he had insurance. You heard of insurance?
Yeah, but there's a big excess for a paid person who's not on the policy.
So you didn't take the Benz. So when was the next Benz you drove, or you been in?
Oh, I don't remember. I never really paid much attention to Benzes. Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah. So Benz, there's something. There was a nice car.
Your friend Patrick had one for a while.
Yeah.
He had a few string of them.
Yeah, he did. He showed me that too, and it didn't really appeal much to me. It was a very small Benz. It was probably one of the new series, the 6-cylinder ones, the very small, compact ones.
Yeah.
And he paid so much for it, And but you know, I mean, you're no good thinking about things you don't want to achieve. I mean, that was his way of doing things, and he liked a Benz and I think he went through a divorce, and that's all he had. His accountancy practice was paying for the Benz lease, whilst me, I was trying to build up some property.
Sure.
So we had different priorities. Benzes were not important. Well, cars were not important, full stop.
Sure.
I just wanted a car that moved and was reliable.
Sure.
It's only, I went up market a bit when I went to the merchant bank, and they said you can have a Volvo, you can have a Ford Fairmont Gear. So I took the Ford Fairmont Gear because that seemed to me a better proposition. It was a nicer car.
Sure, I should have gone for the Volvo, I think.
Well, the Volvo was very basic.
What would you fucking expect for 20,000 at the time?
Well, 20 or something, yeah. But yeah, you could have paid more, but then you put it in and they get the ownership of that. It's not yours. So I didn't really.
Yeah, you didn't really go for that. So Benzes, you never really had many Benzes? That's it? No desire to have Benzes?
No.
Glenys had a Benz.
Yeah, she had a Benz. It looked. That was one of the old type of Benzes too.
Well, that was an S-Class, for fuck's sake.
Yeah.
The old type, what the fuck are you talking about?
Well, if you bought it now, it's an old type, isn't it? The Benz, look, cars have never been important to me.
Sure.
I'd rather have houses.
You never had friends who had Jaguars in the 60s? You came into Australia?
No.
Do you remember Jaguar stories? Like you told the story with the band conductor who had the Benz. But did anyone have a Jaguar, like a Mark II Jaguar, or an E-Type?
I wouldn't have a clue what they had.
No, I'm just asking you. Surely these people must have had some interesting cars.
Cars are not of value. Cars decrease in value.
Yeah, but this was an interesting period.
You couldn't borrow to buy a car.
No, but I'm saying you came into Australia in 1960, so you would have had a whole lot of British shitters, the Morris, the fucking.
That was good. Austin A30, A40, Austin A40. That was my era. Austin A40, the Morris Minor, and then the Morris Major. Oh, and then that was my era of cars in those days. But I'd never been interested in cars. There was something outside my reach, and I didn't really want them anyway. I just wanted a car that went.
Sure.
I was more interested in real estate, and I think that's proved it's better than me having a real estate than 3 Benzes. You know.
Well, it depends what makes you happy, but isn't it? What's to say? You know, you're coming to your later years in life, right? What makes you happy?
Yeah, well, definitely not a Benz.
Definitely not a Benz.
Well, what's it been? Well, Benz, BMW, any luxurious car.
Sure.
Yeah, all the guys. And when I was working in the bank, they said, "Oh, he drives a BMW. His wife drives something else, Honda Euro." Wow, you know, I thought, well, so what? You know, it's just 4 wheels that turn.
Yes.
I got 4 rental houses. You know, why the hell do you want to?
That guy from Carbonair. He had the Rover. He had a Rover. Remember that?
I don't. But he did.
Calandra and a Rover.
He had 2 drivers and 4 cars. Yeah, something like that. No wonder he was going broke.
You reckon?
And he was bad to his staff, and when he had a deadline, he was so bad to staff that when he had to have a deadline, he had to get this machine to the port in Brisbane. So he had to leave on latest was Saturday, well, Friday night preferably, but the next day, Saturday, to get it to the port in Brisbane on Sunday and load it onto the ship. And he just had a little bit more to do on this thing. And he said to the staff, "Look, can you come in and we'll pay you overtime?" And they all said, "Get fucked."
Yeah.
Not one person would do anything for him because he was so bad to them.
Was he bad?
Yeah, he was.
How do you know he was bad?
Because you see his attitude. You know, he treated them pretty roughly.
Well, he had a bit of a hard life too, but didn't he?
I don't know. He was a bit up himself. He was the old gentry, old English aristocracy, and he thought he was very clever. And he didn't take the staff weren't with him. They were to be used and whatever. And yeah, they just had a gutful of him. And then when they had to do a little bit more work, they wouldn't do it. And then the transport arrived. You couldn't put the ship. You couldn't put the thing even on on the transport to transport, because it would take about
So
14 hours to get to Brisbane, because it's a very heavy machinery
Yes.
loaded up, and
disaster,
they had to get to the wharf, and so it didn't hit the ship, and then not hitting the ship, it didn't get to the thing, so they wouldn't pay, and that's the end of his business. It's folded because that was he was building one of these things at a time. This was going to Sri Lanka, this carbon dioxide producing machine. It made carbon dioxide gas, and that was the end of him.
Jesus Christ.
So cars are not. I think the best thing for people in business is if you got your business and is buy your own premises, and then even if your business just pays for your day-to-day expenses and other expenses, but your freehold premises, they increase in value, and when you retire, you pay them off. You pay it off, and that's your superannuation. That's very benefit.
Sure, that's exactly it.